maybe it's an incredibly moving story, and personal, but it was the fact that when you said it was only recently that you felt a part of the theater, when I think of you as a cornerstone of the American theater, certainly the New York theater, but that was surprising and incredibly moving. I mean, that feeling of that it took that long for you to feel that way, and it's just I mean, you know, it's remarkable. It's a remarkable story of where you came from and where you ended up, and so I you know, I think it's you know, and it just obviously it also brings back so many memories, and it was just great to see all those people.
Well,
well, I knew that Terrance McNally was one of the only people in my profession and my dad's profession, my family business, that actually likes actors. But you know, actually really loves and appreciates actors. So I knew that part, and I knew that he was prolific, and I knew that he was generous and loving. But I didn't. I'm so grateful for all those pictures because I had no idea how really beautiful you were. No wonder, baby, with a sparkling thing on the chin and everything. So that, I think he deserved that. It was just yummy to me.
Good answer.
Saying. It shouldn't have been surprising because he's, you know, like men, he improves. But yeah, that was lovely. Stuff I didn't know about Terrance. Well, he comes at you with so much generosity and open-heartedness that you know a lot about him right away. What I didn't know, I worked on a classic play of his and then a new play that he wrote for me, or for us, because he wasn't satisfied with reviving a version of a play. He had to write a new one with Mothers and Sons. And he's just... some people think working with dead playwrights is easier because there's none of those discussions. But with the live playwright, he was there, he was inventive, he was attentive, and he also took, when we couldn't figure it out, he would say, well, this is probably my work, and so you all go to lunch, and when you come back, you know, and he would shape what we were doing. For its use in the moment, for its use now, not its use 20 years ago, or how does this story mean something right this minute? And to stay that much in the world is extraordinarily courageous, as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't hide away, hasn't never, as far as I can figure out.
Anything that startled you in this film, or did you feel it was all...
I never knew how attractive you were, Mary.
He's an old friend. It's just a constant reminder, is what it was, that the man just has all this extraordinary capacity to love. I mean, all the crap he went through, you know, we've all gone through some crap. And not everybody rebounds and bounces back. And he just hasn't got the capacity to just quit. And I guess that was a nice reminder. Because he said he's writing 3 plays. I believe he's writing 3 plays. Probably wishes he was there now, writing. That's all. It's a funny thing to say it's a surprise, because I'm not surprised, but I am. Because you know it's true. It's a nice reminder, considering the trying times we are suffering it right now. And I think that says it. It's just this extraordinary well of love that seems to have no bottom. It's great to be reminded that kind of thing exists.
Joe?
It wasn't a surprise, but I was struck by the number of people whose story was similar to mine and our relationship, that said, he took a chance on me. He gave me this. He believed in me at a time where I didn't necessarily believe in myself. You know, I stumbled into directing, but I am a director today because Terrance believed in me. And he said, you can do this. Something that I had no capacity, that I didn't know that I could do. And, you know, and so I didn't have a mentor as a director, but he became this beacon of how to have a life in the theater. And that means that you live through the failures, you endure the failures, you feel the moments where you're not in fashion, you learn how to survive success, and you value your collaborators. And at the end of the day, that's what you remember. And that's what I learned from him. And it was just astonishing to see the number of people who had that same experience.
Because you began